president and co-founder of Experior Financial Group.
What inspired you to co-found Experior, and what was your why behind building this company?
Yeah, good question. We started Experior because we were at a company where we were struggling for many years and to just get by and barely at that. Somebody reached out to us, gave us a call and said, hey, come talk to me. And we thought, well, we'll recruit him and then we're gonna make it big. And then we went and talked to him, and he actually opened up our eyes to what the industry really has to offer, not just agents, but also clients, and what's right and what's wrong and why. And it was just an amazing experience when we left the rehearsal company to go to this person, and we learned so much during our time frame with that person, and we were able to make a lot of money in a very short period of time, or what was a lot of money to us at the time. And it was nice. We were able to buy our first home. We weren't able previously to buy a rent-to-own home, but then once we started doing this, we were able to buy a new car, we were able to buy a home, we were able to buy a second home and make that an office. It was crazy in such a short period of time what had happened. In 9 months, we were able to do all that stuff. When we weren't even able, our car was literally falling apart. And now we were able to buy homes, buy cars, not fancy homes by any stretch, but homes nonetheless. Our children had a home that is ours. Once we started to look at, oh wow, what was the difference between what we were doing before and what we're doing now? So we knew the MLM world because that's where we came from. We knew the captive world just from learning about it from different people. And then we knew the broker world, which is where we came from. And we thought, what do we like about each one of those? And then we started to put it together, and we came up with the tribrid model. We wanted to make sure that we righted the wrong that we had presented to people, because we were making no money and selling a false dream and saying that you had to keep your priorities out of order for a time in order to build a business. Your kids will need you later. Your kids will need you then. But I gave up the last 4 years of my son's healthy life to build a company where I couldn't even afford to buy groceries. And then we do this, and I'm able to be at his bedside when he's at the hospital. I'm able to do what I need to do as a mother, and now we have 9 children, and I'm able to keep my priorities, and my priorities are God, family, business, and I'm able to keep them in order while building a very successful company and helping other people to become successful, and that is my driving force. Because there is no need for anyone to tell you that you don't need to be with your children in the hospital, that you don't need to be at your children's game. You should be at your children's game while building a successful company, and you should be paid properly to do it.
You've been with Experior since day one as co-founder. What's different about your vision now as CEO versus what you and Jamie originally dreamed up?
When we started our company, our vision was more about saving the people we knew, getting, or bumping into people and recruiting them to a better model that pays better with a legacy, ownership, and where they were paid properly. And our vision has expanded beyond the city we live in, beyond Ontario, across Canada and the US. We have $1 million earners where they're living their best life. They're not just focused on business, they're able to be with their family while they're building a business. Not a lot has changed, only because the industry has it still has a long way to go to be corrected. However, I feel like a correction is coming very quickly. I feel like there's a lot of really good things happening. When I notice when other companies see us doing something, they tend to repeat what we're doing. Maybe not as good as what we're doing, because I do look at the details along with Jamie, but they're starting to make some changes, which is amazing for everybody. It's good for the clients, it's good for the agents, and it's good for the industry as a whole. So not much has changed, but little bits at a time, baby steps in the right direction.
How does your role as an AOG board member fit into your original vision?
It's an interesting change. I didn't think that this day would ever come where we would actually agree to a strategic alignment, because we've been offered multiple different partnership opportunities and to have different companies buy us and different people buy us. And my role as an AOG board member helps to give Experior that strong voice that they need at the board level. Nothing changes from Experior's standpoint. Everything stays the same. The legacy, the compensation, the ownership, all of that stays the same, and everybody was in unanimous agreement. Our board is a board of amazing people and leaders, and I'm excited to be a part of that and the growth. It actually just expands everything for Experior's agents. It gives them more opportunities for shares and ownership in the mothership we call AOG.
What excites you about taking over the role of CEO of Experior?
I'm very excited to take over the role of CEO. I've been with the company, obviously, as the co-founder right from the beginning, so I have grown with the company. I've done every position in the company except for CEO, and I learned a ton from Jamie. He's a fantastic CEO, and I can't wait to activate some of the things that I would like to put in place over the next couple of years.
What are some decisions that you've made throughout your time with Experior that fundamentally changed how the company operates?
So Jamie has been the face, the brand, agent relationship, carrier contracts, and all those things that make Experior great. And then I've been behind the scenes working on operational stuff, infrastructure, marketing, development, compliance, and now I have all those fantastic people in place to make sure that everything runs smoothly into this next phase of Experior.
What do you believe is Experior's biggest differentiator in the financial services industry?
Honestly, we have so many, but our biggest would be our culture and our tri-brid model, along with our legacy and ownership. Those were the things that I can hone in on. I can't say any one would be great without the other because they all kind of go hand in hand.
What's been the most rewarding part of leading Experior's growth?
Seeing people who used to struggle from their previous company or coming with no experience and being super successful and doing a great job for the clients. That is so exciting. And then also to see, including internally, our staff that, started from an admin position and now is a C-suite. That's super exciting to me because everybody has different goals, and just seeing people hit their goals is so exciting.
What's one area where you feel you've had the most impact at Experior?
It's hard to narrow it down because me and Jamie make a lot of decisions together, but one of the areas I can say is the culture here at Experior, at the head office. I feel like we give people the tools and enable them and make sure that people are in the right place at the right time for them and for us, to make sure it's a good fit, just like we do with the agents. We want to make sure we're not just hiring anyone, but we want people that are ready to be activated and enabled to go to that next level.
You want to ask a question about the Jays? No? Are you a Jays fan?
Oh yeah. I am now! Woo!
You can hold their lapels up or something?
They won.